Hello ladies and gentlemen, and this video is gonna rustle some millennial feathers, and I don't give a shit. Because I don't feel like a millennial. I'm 23 and I'm a part of the millennial generation, born in 1994, but I don't feel a part of my generation. Why I don't feel a part of my generation is, well, obvious. I'm not your typical millennial. I'm not your typical trendy you know, modern day young person. I'm far from that. I'm the furthest thing from your traditional millennial. I'm actually quite the opposite. Now, why do I feel like millennial? Because number one, my generation complains about everything. Ironic, right? But anyway, my generation complains about everything. They complain about tweets. They complain about Facebook statuses. They complain about, oh, this company, that company. They complain about this. They complain about that. They complain about anything under the sun. And the list goes on. Like, for example, you have staunch conservative millennials who are addicted to Fox News, and then when Keurig pulled their ads from Sean Hannity's program, you see all these YouTube videos popping up of, conservative millennials lighting up their Keurigs on fire or destroying them or running over their car over them and all that. And it's stupid. Then you have the leftist millennials who get pissed off over someone like James Rolfe, the angry video game nerd, or people who refuse to see the 2016 Ghostbusters because the film looks stupid to them, myself included. And you have them calling a sexist for refusing to see a movie. And they say, oh, it's because no, it's because the trailer didn't grab our attention. That's the whole purpose of a movie trailer. Don't forget, is to grab your attention. If the trailer doesn't grab your attention, you don't see the movie. Plain and simple, right? Apparently, logic doesn't flow through the heads in a lot of people in my generation. So anyway, and that's number one. Like, the complaining about everything, like especially when Trump tweets, or anyone that leftists or right-wing millennials don't like tweets, they're like, oh my god, how can a person say... Shut up. Just shut the fuck up. They're tweeting. And even if it's as benign as, oh, I'm getting my haircut at J. Crew, or I'm shopping at Urban Outfitters, something as benign as that, they get up in a frenzy over everything. Second reason I don't feel like a millennial is the bandwagon / trendy people. The bandwagon / trendy people. You know these people, right? You're friends with them, right? They're everywhere you go. They're everywhere you go. These trendy bandwagon millennials drive me up a fucking wall. I'm being honest. They drive me up a fucking wall. Because it's like these people, these people have to follow a trend, have to follow bandwagon, so they're in the know instead of being their individual person. Like, for example, okay, Taylor Swift's new album. You have almost every single young millennial, oh my god, this is the greatest album ever. But then you have these people jumping on a bandwagon who never heard of Taylor Swift before, or who never liked her music before, saying, oh my god, Taylor Swift is one of the best musicians ever. Well, shut the fuck up. She's not, okay? She's okay, she's not the best. But anyway, so you have these millennials jumping on this like Taylor Swift bandwagon, when you have millennials, the ones who break away from the fray, who don't really feel part of our generation, who's saying, no, we don't like Taylor Swift, we like our own people, we like our own music and all that, and we like to show our individual person, while others just jump on the bandwagon so they're in the group no or whatever. And the other thing about these, bandwagon millennials, these trendy millennials, is that once a trend is done or once a trend gets old, they hop to a new thing and they automatically like, oh, that trend is so 5 minutes ago. These people annoy the shit out of me. These people have no personality. These people have no individuality. These people are the most contrarians of contrarians of contrarians of all time. And they have to conform to the trendy thing, and then they have to conform to the other trendy thing, and vice versa, back and forth. Another reason why I don't feel a part of my generation is logic and reason is thrown out the fucking window with my generation. Yes, logic and reason is thrown out the fucking window. Doesn't matter what the situation is. Doesn't matter if it's a claim of sexual assault, sexual harassment. Doesn't matter if it's a claim of racism. Doesn't matter if it's a claim of sexism. Doesn't matter if it's a claim of anything that's supposed to be a serious subject. You have millennials that just throw logic and reason out the fucking window and just say guilty, 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 without knowing all the fucking facts. Okay? Drives me fucking crazy. Look, a lot of these same millennials forget that innocent until proven guilty is not just a legal term, it's a principled concept. Because if you just say innocent until proven guilty is just a legal term, you know what you're saying? You're essentially saying, oh, anyone who's accused of sexism is automatically guilty. Even though more than half of the time, they're innocent. Or when someone is accused of racism, automatically they're guilty. Even though half the time, they're innocent. You see where I'm getting at? People throw these terms out like they're nothing, like they mean nothing. Racism means something. Sexism means something. Sexual assault means something. Sexual harassment means something. You can't just say or throw these terms out willy-nilly because you want victimhood points. You can't just throw these terms out because it undermines real victims of this shit. Real victims of racism, real victims of sexual assault, real victims of sexual harassment, real victims of sexism. You can't just throw these terms out and expect people to feel sorry for you when nothing of the sort actually happened to you. And the people that this stuff actually happened to, the chances of them actually getting believed by someone are slim to none now, because all this is just being thrown out in the open like it's just some socially cool terms to throw out at people with who did something that makes you feel uncomfortable, or said something that makes you feel uncomfortable, or says something that you disagree with. These terms aren't just cool terms to throw out. These actually mean something. These terms have definitions for a reason. They can't just be throwing these words out like they mean nothing. They mean something. At one time, 50, 60 years ago, if someone called a black person the N-word and said a derogatory thing about them while still using that word, you properly labeled them a racist, right? But now, if someone says, I don't think Obama was the best president, racist, what's so racist about that saying? It's just their opinion. Yeah, Obama wasn't the best president in U.S. history. He was like every other president, decent. He did some good things, he done some shady things, unlike almost every other president. What's so different? What makes someone saying Obama wasn't my favorite president? What makes them racist for saying that? So you're saying just because Obama was the first black president, just because someone doesn't necessarily like Obama's policies, that automatically makes him a racist? No, it doesn't. It just means that they just didn't like Obama's presidency. Big deal. Does it make a black person racist for saying, Bush wasn't my favorite president? No, it doesn't. It's just simply stating that Bush isn't their favorite president. Where's the racism? Nowhere. Get this, everything's racist shit out of your head. And what really bothers me more so is that on college campuses you have the administrators, the people who run the school, who let the insane asylum patients run the asylum. They have these safe spaces everywhere. Oh, if a professor says, "Oh, you got a question wrong," "Oh, I need my teddy bear and my Do me a favor. Put yourself in a straitjacket in a padded room, because you're obviously a danger to yourself and society. Because if you can't handle basic criticism like that, you're crazy. You're really fucking crazy. Look, I don't like to be bullied, and I will call out people who bully me, like anybody would do, right? But I know the difference between someone fucking around with you and someone who's bullying you. I know the difference. Because I have friends who fuck with my head, and I'm cool with that. And I have people who harass me online, and I'm not cool with that. I can tell the difference. But they block joking around and harassment or bullying in the same category. No, it's not the same category. Two completely different things. Like I said, a lot of my generation, logic and reason is thrown out the fucking window. If you use logic and reason, you're automatically part of you're part of the bad millennials for not conforming to everything's racist, everything's this, everything's that. No, not everything's racist, not everything is this, not everything is that. You gotta understand that sometimes, there are neutral conversations where none of your fears are involved. Okay? Finally, the fourth reason why I don't feel like a millennial is, well, my generation plain out sucks. Yeah, I said it. My generation plain out sucks. I'll give you an example why my generation sucks. 20 years ago, 40 years ago, 60 years ago, 70 years ago, you had people engaged at their jobs, engaged with their community. You had people participating in their local community events. You had people participating in voting. You had people participating in political events, family events, you name it, right? But now, what are millennials doing? Oh, family event. Oh, I can't go. I gotta tweet my friend. Oh, friend face to face. Oh, fuck that shit. Oh, let's text each other even though we're face to face. This is goes through the common millennial's head here. And it drives me up a fucking wall. It really drives me up a fucking wall. And someone called me a millennial apologist. No, you dipshit. I'm not a millennial apologist. First of all, the term apologist means that you are defending your generation or your ideology. That's what apologist means. I'm anything but an apologist. A millennial apologist is someone who double downs on stupid millennial stereotypes and people who are the common millennials who double down on stupid millennial shit. Those are millennial apologists. I'm far from one. I'm a millennial skeptic. I'm skeptical of my generation. And in fact, I don't want my generation to run this fucking country. I'm being honest. I would rather have the John McCains of Congress serve until they die than have someone in my age bracket being voted into Congress. Anyway, hope you guys enjoy. Those are my grievances about my generation. See ya.